was assisting with light for like almost 8 months.
Mm.
Yeah. So I wasn't feeling lesser of myself because I knew I was late. Because I knew I was late.
What are some key lessons creatives should focus on while learning under leadership before stepping out to build their own platform?
Don't be the best among average people, but be the average person among the best people.
What skills young creatives at the long run is? They don't know when to learn. You learn on every job.
Never outshine your master. Very important. No matter how you think you grow, even though you are the one doing the most job, so let all the glory go to him. Don't worry, your time will come and you are going to enjoy the same benefit.
Hello, welcome to another episode of BCC Beyond Creative Conversation. Thank you for joining us always. We're grateful, we appreciate you for your like, your subscribe, and everything. Thank you. So on this episode, I have with me Temi. Hi, Temi.
I used to call you Mr. P.
Yeah. My friend, how you doing now?
I'm very good.
Good to have you on this set.
Yeah.
So what's up with you? How is creative journey and everything? How is everything going with you?
It has been it has been a roller coaster actually. Let me say it has been a roller coaster, and I could remember when I started doing that was during my NYC. That was like 3 years ago, 3 to 4 years ago. Yeah. So that was when I started. So as a coming back, I just went to learn photography. That was in Sapele then. Yeah.
Wow.
So I started there. Then I got into it fully. That was on 2022. Yeah. I started working with some. I think I worked in the mall, Ikeja City Mall, as a photographer.
Wow.
On this snap and shoot. Yeah. You snap, you take pictures, and tell people to come get their pictures and you print for them. So that's where I started.
Wow.
So it's been a very sweet journey actually.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's good. So we're going to start asking the questions right now. So the first question, what mindset should a creative have when working under someone else's vision while still trying to grow personally?
Wow, that's so insightful. Okay, so the first thing I would want to talk about is we need to understand what mindset is. You get, so my own understanding, I think mindset has 2 words there: mind and set. So what you set your mind on. Yeah, so what you set your mind on. So and mindset actually deals with beliefs, like your belief system. So what do you believe in? And mindset can be, you can have a fixed mindset or you have a growth mindset. So that's very important. So when someone has a fixed mindset, you believe that, okay, I'm just born creative. I don't need to improve myself. Yeah. Once the first day I picked camera, I took a nice picture, and you just feel like, oh, I'm good. I don't need to serve under anybody. I'm good. And someone that has a growth mindset, we want to improve, like, his or herself. So, like my own scenario now, I think I started working in the mall. So, but most of the people that met me in the mall, like those other photographers I met there, so they saw my own mindset. I was different. So even the fact that I was not really comfortable with what I was doing, I was feeling like I shouldn't be in this position. But I kept on moving, like to the point that I am now. So you should have a growth mindset. Always try to develop yourself. And another thing is that while you're working for someone, have the mindset of this is my own. Also, yeah. So don't do it anyhow, because there's one of my mentors that said, prevailing responsibility is the pathway to future relevance. You get, so what you're doing now is going to determine how you're going to do in the future. So whatever you're doing, you're serving, you're working under someone, don't conserve your energy. Give your full energy.
Mm.
So, and when the right time comes, you have your own.
You know, one of the things I want to add to what you just said now is if you give your all when you're under someone, trust me, one of the things God does is He blesses you when you start your own.
Yeah.
Because you see, Bible said something. Sorry, I'm quoting the scripture, but I'm a Christian. If you are faithful in little, you'll be faithful in much. No matter what you do under somebody, it's still little. When you are holding your own, it becomes much.
Yeah.
So when you're faithful in little, it prospers the much in your hand.
Yeah.
So you see, being faithful to somebody else's business or whatever is being given to you to handle is very important.
Yeah.
You can't joke with it.
Yeah, I'll have to add to that. So, you know what most people do is that when you conserve your energy, like you don't want to give your all, and you feel like, okay, when I start my own, I'm going to give my all. The irony is that if you have done that for like 5 years and you now want to start your own, you would have learned how not to give your full energy.
Yes.
So when you start your own, you struggle.
Yes, you struggle a lot. Trust me, you struggle a lot.
Yeah,
you struggle a lot. Yeah. That's actually very, very insightful. Yeah. I'm so glad to have you here. So the second question, how can young creatives remain disciplined and consistent even when they didn't have the full control of their brand or direction?
Okay, how can you remain disciplined? You can remain disciplined by actually I'm going to put it now, discipline. So you have to constantly like improve yourself. Yeah, you have to improve yourself, and there's something. Discipline is very important. Like you have to, for you to be successful in life, you have to be disciplined. That you have to do what you're supposed to do at the right time. Yeah, you have to work hard. You just have to be. It's not going to only affect your like where you work. It's actually going to affect your own life too. You have to be disciplined with your phone. You have to be disciplined with the content you take in. You have to be disciplined with your time, which is very important. I think that can actually help and make you stay consistent. And you have to learn continuously. Yeah, continuous learning. Like my boss used to say, learn continuously, and that's one of the reasons I like myself. When I look at when I started, because I work with I'm the team lead of C3 Pictures currently. So when I started, that was like 2 years ago. What I know is not what I know now.
You know, sorry, I'm going to pause you and add to that. When we started, we met on the job.
Yeah.
And this year too, we met on the job.
Yeah.
And you see, when I saw Timmy then, and when I saw Timmy now, you know that when we did the job together, I learned a lot from you. At some point, I had to drop camera and start studying Timmy on the job. Trust me, I was studying you on the job, but because you can't know, you know, we were shooting, we were this thing. You know, at some point, you hear me call your name every minute, every second. What should we do? Because I feel like, I've come here to come and shoot and also to learn. I already understand that I'm here to learn. Because you see, sometimes what kills young creatives at the long run is they don't know when to learn. You learn on every job. You don't have to show that you're learning, but you learn on every job. Because I took my phone out and I was once tell me said, pose like this, like this, like this, I put it down. Do like this, like this, like this, I put it down. So my next job, I was saying, do like this. And you know, there's something that I noticed. I'm going to say this now. There's something I noticed about C3 Pictures the first day we shoot that I noticed from you too. The softness in which you guys talk, even when you're on pressure. You know, my own voice is harsh, so you can't compare me with Timmy. Yeah. However, I can still learn because, you know, you keep learning till you become that person that you really want to become. You get what I'm saying? So, notice there's pressure, and me, I was just saying, hello, turn this way, turn this way. And Timmy was just saying, hello, could you please turn this way? And I was like, oh, okay. My next job, I was saying, could you please turn this way?
Yeah.
And it was really, really amazing. So, you know, one of the things I'm going to add Extra thing I'm going to add to this one is determined to stay focused.
Yeah, of course.
Because that's one thing that will separate you
Yeah.
from young creative, especially when you are under somebody. Determined to stay focused. See, if you could open my heart, you see how determined. I don't even have to talk too much about it before you know that this guy is well determined.
Yeah.
It shows, because if you are determined, it's showing everything you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
My determination is very strong, so I determined to stay focused even when I'm facing distraction. You know, and it has always helped me so far. So as a young creative out there, even when you're under somebody, determined to give your all,
Yeah.
determined to stay focused, and determined to stay disciplined. Very, very important.
I would like to add something. Yeah.
Okay.
Like when you said the first time we met, I was actually working as the light assistant
Yes.
to the director of T3. So at that time, I just came. So I was assisting with light for like almost 8 months. Yeah. So I wasn't feeling lesser of myself because I knew I was learning. Because I knew I was learning. So when some people see me later, like, Timmy, even those is some of the people that city that trained. So when they see the job I put up, how were you able to do this so fast? So it was my determination, because I will not ask you, but like you said, you observe. I observe what you do. I was like, okay, how do you use natural light? How do you do this? Why do you do this? Why do you do this? So comes to my head, and I start to think, oh, this is how this guy does this thing when he's there. So when I shoot in some places, I don't need to. I already know where I'm going. I already know what I'm doing. I already know what to do. So you just have to be focused, like you said. You have to be focused. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. So the third question: what are some key lessons creatives should focus on while learning under leadership before stepping out to build their own platform?
Wow. So I'm going to talk from my own experience and what has worked for me. I've worked in several places, and there's something I learned from the book 48 Laws of Power, which is the first law: never outshine your master.
Yes.
Very, very important. No matter how you think you've grown. Because when you try to make your master or your superior feel lesser than yourself, you begin to bring resentment comes in, and you may not enjoy the full benefit of mentorship. Yeah. So I tell the other staff at 3 Pictures that, see, you have to learn, sit down. You know, if you think you know, you are not supposed to be here. You are supposed to have your own business. But if you want to learn, once you don't submit to learn, they will not give you the full lesson. You will not learn everything. They will not tell you. So you have to first learn not to outshine your master. So don't outshine your master. Another thing you actually, I'm going to put it now. You need to. It's still like the general thing I'm going to say is just never outshine your master. Yeah, it will take you a long way. Don't outshine your master. Just respect him and always make him feel like he's the one in charge, even though you are the one doing the most job. So let all the glory go to him. Don't worry, your time will come and you are going to enjoy the same benefits. So I think that just never shine your master.
This is very, very important, because you see, before you step in, there are some challenges this person has actually faced that you might never face or you might never know. So you see, outshining your master, very dangerous. If you know something that you think that your boss do not know, you need to take it to him. You take it to your boss. And you know, as a good boss, we give glory to people like that. But not you now knowing something, keep it from your boss and feel like, yes, I don't know what the boss no. Then I'll show you on the field that no, boss, don't do it like this, like no, it's wrong. You don't do that. Fourth question right now. In a creative team, how can somebody contribute meaningful and stand out without overstepping leadership?
Can you come again?
So, in a creative team, how can someone contribute meaningful and stand out without overstepping leadership?
Okay. So, in a creative team, so when we call people creative, so you should know that the level of creativity actually differs. So you me and every other person, we are creative. So what this person is saying is different from what I'm saying. So, like for example, if I go shoot with the director of City Pictures, when he's shooting, I'm going to see another perspective of what he is not seeing. Yeah, and there's one video I watched like of bird pictures. Like he was shooting one of the pictures that made him like very popular. It was not even his idea. It was his friend that was assisting him that said, "Can you do it this way?" So you have to know that you are not the alpha and omega of anything. So if you are working with a creative team, you have to also accept when people tell you to do things this way. Because most times when I go to work, I make sure that okay, the other guys that go with me, I do what they suggest. Though I'm going to do my, you get. So, but when you feel like you are the alpha and omega, you begin to feel, you make them feel inferior, and you make you bring resentment into like others. So what you have to do is that you have to respect people's opinion. Also, you have to respect people's opinion, and when you are being corrected, you have to accept correction. So there is something they call constructive criticism. So when people criticize you, you have to take it as a form of okay, this person is trying to make me better, so I need to listen to him because I'm trying to want to be in his own shoes. So I have to follow his path, and anything he asks me to do, I have to take correction. So I think that's all.
That's good. So the last question, from your experience, what system or habit help creative grow faster while working with a team environment?
The team environment, okay. Like what habit? The habit is I think one habit is continuous learning. Like I've said before, you have to be curious. You have to be curious about everything. Like how it was. What made me be as good as I am. I've not gotten to that level. But what made me, like, what has brought me to this level is that I was curious. And Mr. Adewale Gold used to say, you have to. There's this word you normally use. I've forgotten. Like you have to be very serious, and you have to be very. I'm trying to look for the word.
Dedicated.
Is it? No, it's not dedicated. Like you have to be inside that thing. Like you are lost. So like when you wake up, this is what you want to do. This is what you want to do. So what brought me to C3 was me being curious about how do they take all these pictures? How? So not until I discovered that, bro, if you've not shot this of certain location, you cannot get this results. So you just be trying, and you have to go to the source of a thing for you to enjoy the benefit of that thing. So those are the things that I've got from the curiosity, continuous learning.
Continuous learning.
Yeah,
Very important.
you have to continue to learn. Like me now, I think I've even stopped learning. Like, not like when I just came, the drive.
But you are in an environment that you have opportunity to learn every day.
Yeah, I have the opportunity to learn every day.
Yeah.
Another thing I used to serve a continuation. I used to say is try as much not to be the best amongst average people. Don't be the best among average people, but be the average person among the best people. You get? So because when you feel like I'm the best among people that you know you are better than, you are just deceiving yourself.
Yes.
But when they put you in the midst of big guys, can you stay on their level?
Yeah.
So just try as much to make sure you don't be comfortable where you are.
Don't be comfortable.
Yeah, always strive to continue to go more, want to become better about your craft. And another thing is personal development. So
very important.
It's beyond maybe you're a photographer. Personal development will help you to relate to people better, apart from your skill. So personal development, the way you talk, the way you present yourself. Personal development will tell you that your appearance matters. So as a creative, you don't just need to appear anyhow. So these are one of the things that I've noticed from some people, like some guys in the industry. Like, no, you don't have to appear anyhow, because appearance, people judge you by your appearance most times. And I noticed the way you dress too. Like you can't just look anyhow. I've seen people that I look up to. They don't look anyhow. You can't just wear slippers and go to. or just do your hair, or just you have to like learn how to appear better and take your appearance as a very important, take it very important. Yeah. So
So you see, personal development is actually very, very important because you see, you can go with people as a team, but at some point, your personal development will show.
yeah.
Yeah. So you see, keep developing yourself as a team, keep developing yourself personally. Very, very important. It will help you a lot as creative. You see, me, I'm not a book person. I wouldn't lie. But I buy a lot of books with my own life. In fact, the last 2 books I bought, I've not seen that and read it. But somebody that read it, I was in a conversation with the person. I was saying, because I'm not really a book, sit down, start sitting down, ara mi ò balẹ̀ di level yẹn baba. Make I sit down chapter by chapter. You know, think and go reach. So one of the things I now did was I have audiobooks.
Okay.
So I love to listen to things when I'm sleeping. So when I'm sleeping, I put my tab beside me and I start listening to them. So because you see, everything starts from my spirit. So my spirit synchronized with those things. And I have a lot of mentors that I have their videos that I watch a lot, and it's helping me. So you can develop yourself differently at different stage and at different space, depending on how you want to develop yourself. Some people can sit down with books and read from morning till night, which is good. Some of us can't do that, but find a way to develop yourself. Another way you can develop yourself is meet creatives. Meeting Temi now has been a blessing to me. Why? Because we converse, we talk like friends, and right now he's on the set sharing his experience, and it makes sense. Makes sense a lot. And the way you handle things and all of those things, I'm learning from him too. You get what I'm saying? Meet a lot of people that you feel like they are in sync with your vision. You meet them, you learn from them, and it helps things go better. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I would like to put to shed more light to that part. So for the system you have to build is, if you are working with a creative team, it's something that will make you stand out, and is you not thinking generic. Like, you have to, people reward you not because of your similarities, they reward you because of your differences. So you have to learn to think differently, and don't think the same way every other person think.
That's why they don't pay staff. The staff that they are in the same department, you don't pay them the same salary.
They don't pay.
They pay them different salary because of the way this person thinks.
Yeah. So you don't just do things the way everybody does their own thing. You do it differently. So there are sometimes that I go to a wedding that they will say, "Are you the groom?" Well, I should dress well, no matter what.
Yes, sir.
So you're like, you look so, thank you. So I want to. It's not because of maybe pride. I just want to look different,
yes.
Because when people say photographer, they look like photographer. But after, like, sometimes when you see me, even you want to, well done, sir. Yeah, you give me the respect. So when you don't think the same way, and even when there is chaos, the way you undo them, so it gives you a lot of accolades. And another thing is you need to have the spirit of teamwork. You need to work together with people. Teamwork is very important.
Very, very.
So if, like, there's in the soccer team now, for example, you cannot win a game without working with your team.
Yes.
So it's not possible. So you have to be someone that work with team, because if you don't have the ability to work with team in the place you're working at currently, even when you start your own, you will not be able to work.
Because it's all teamwork.
Everything is
even
teamwork.
When you're on your own, it's still teamwork.
It's teamwork.
Why? Because you can't do everything on your own.
You can't. Even the fact that people be like, hey, I'm working just to make my boss rich. My boss is getting well, that maybe having that thought. But when you have your own, it's people that will work for you to make you
either by salary or by volunteer.
They will work for you.
People will still work for you.
So you have to just understand those stuff. You have to understand those stuff, and once you understand that, and just will find you. Your own will find you. Like, you don't have to. Life is so easy that when I see, like, the way people really want to blow and all these things, if you don't learn discipline, if you don't learn structure, you don't learn teamwork from the person you are working with at that moment, how do you want to survive when you start your own? So those are the lessons that you need to, even me, myself, I'm faulted in some of these things. Like I have thought, like I really want to, no. But when you sit down and you examine some things, you have developed capacity over time. And when you even start your own, it's going to, you already know how it works. You know how it works, so you can work with team. You know the right structure to put in place. You know how to manage staff. So it's just like that. And another thing I would like to say, like a general thing about all our conversations so far, is that everybody needs to understand that, and my boss used to say it, everybody is not a leader. Yeah,
everybody is not a leader.
So, like in the Bible now, there's Moses and there's Aaron. Some people in your team, you know they are Moses, they are leaders, and there are some people that are Aaron that will have to work with Moses. So Moses is sent to the people, Aaron is sent to Moses. So the conclusion of your matter is know yourself, know thyself. Okay, this is who I am, and let it be clear. And when it's time for you to move on, you make it clear, and there's no fight. It's all clear, because this guy, and there are some people you are not a leader. Don't try to say you want to go and start, you will fail. So you just have to know yourself.
But can I say something? I feel like everybody cannot be a leader.
Yes.
But if you are ready to learn, everybody can train to be a leader.
To be a leader.
Because you see, the attitude of a leader first is learning.
Okay.
The ability to submit yourself to learn. Because you see, if you can submit yourself to learn, then you can grow as a leader. Because first, it takes somebody that is humble to be able to submit themselves to learn. See, when I met Temi, and I said it confidently that I was learning from Temi, I wasn't allowing, I've been in the industry for many years, see the team guys that I brought now, should I tell me I want to learn from? No. I have the attitude to learn from anybody so far. What you have attracts me, and I like what you have, the way you display and everything. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you have the attitude to learn, to submit yourself, to be humble, you can be a leader. But if you don't have, then forget leadership.
Yeah, I believe that, like in the kind of scenario, like when you have like a creative, like you have a big organization, there's some people that they can't work with you for a long time. Because you yourself, you know how to point leaders. This person is a leader, so I can't keep him for too long. So, and there's some people that, okay, this person, there's some people that they don't even want to be a leader. You're like, I think I'm just this way. Because the stress of leadership, you know the experience. It's not easy. Not everybody can manage people. Like some people, they say, I can't cope with the stress of, because now if your team should have like a challenge now, maybe with a customer or something, you are the one that will resolve it. Some people cannot cope with that. So it's just for you to know that, hey, I want to go and start my own. Are you ready to, or just be a partner with the person you're working with? It's your choice. So it's just for you to, know thyself. Know thyself. Know thyself. So,
thank you very much for joining us on this episode. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching this episode. We really, really appreciate you. If this episode has actually blessed you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. God bless you. Thank you.